Hi everybody! Today I will be showing you how to make a DIY milk carton planter. This project is great for kids and is very simple and can be made from materials that are found around the house. Gardening can be very relaxing for many people, so it's great for those days where you can't leave the house for whatever reason. The first step to building this mini garden is to collect all of your materials. You will need 1 or 2 milk cartons, depending on how many planters you want to make, a hot glue gun, a ruler, a Sharpie for making measurements, an X-Acto knife, wire mesh, and some potting soil. I used regular potting soil that I bought from Ace, and some plants to put inside your planter. I like cactuses and succulents a lot because they don't require too much water and they are easy to tend to. I got my plants from my backyard, but you could also purchase them from your local nursery. I think that the project would be perfect for an inside herb garden. Now for the actual building. You will want to start off by marking where you will cut the milk carton so that it will form a large rectangular opening on the side. I did this by measuring and marking 1 millimeter in from both sides of the corner and repeating this on each corner. Then, I connected the dots to make a proportional but smaller rectangle. Now take your X-Acto knife and cut where you drew your Sharpie lines. I found that an up and down sawing motion was the most efficient way to cut. For this milk carton, we will need to make sure that the top opening and closing mechanism stays closed when we put dirt in it. We will do this by adding a little hot glue to the opening to close the inside flaps and the same for the outside flap. Make sure to press down the hot glue so that it sticks, but be careful not to burn yourself. If you want to paint your planter, this would be the best time to do it. I tried using regular house paint and spray paint. Both seem to work pretty well, but I recommend 2 coats with the house paint. Next, we will be making drainage holes by making small incisions in the carton at the top. I recommend locating them close to the edges so that there is more structural integrity, making it less likely that the carton will rip. Dirt will most likely stay inside the carton, even with these holes, but just to be sure, I added some wire mesh and hot glued it down. This is completely optional though. Now it's time to fill your carton with potting soil. In this clip, I added soil until it got to the top and then I patted it down and added some more. I left around 1 millimeter of space at the top, but you can leave as much as you want, as long as there is enough dirt for your plants to still be able to grow. To plant your plants, dig a hole in the dirt big enough for your plant's roots. If the species of plant that you are working with needs more root space, consider choosing a different planter or be prepared to repot after a while. Put your plant in and bury the roots. I added a little more dirt to fill in the gaps. Now water your plants. I did this in my sink. The final step, which is also my favorite step, is to decorate the planter. I decorated with rocks and pieces of pottery I found in my backyard. I also used some beads from my bead box to make it a little bit fancier. And now that it's finished, all I have to do is figure out where to put it. There's so much space for creativity in this project. I love decorating with the rocks and beads because it really just puts the finishing touch on the project. When making yours, consider painting the milk carton with patterns or flowers or literally whatever else you want. Or experiment with different types of plants. Like I said before, an herb garden could work really well in this design, especially if you put it in the kitchen so you could have fresh herbs. I also like the idea of putting tomatoes or bell peppers or some other type of food in this milk carton. Personally, I think it looks best in this bathroom, so I'm going to keep it here. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck.